All right, guys. So here it is, something we've been all been waiting for from Jorg over in Germany. It's the Six Needler. It finally got here. So East Coast Less Lethal has been waiting for this for a while because we have a ton of ideas for this launcher. And I can promise you we're going to be working on a lot of things. This is going to also be one of the ones that, if it pans out to be a good launcher, we're going to be making a lot of stuff for this. So right here, it does say on the side of the box, Germany, but made in China. So for those people who want to know, is that always a bad thing? No, I've had a lot of great things that were made over there. So before we open up the box itself, let's check out these darts. So I ordered some extra darts for the launcher, and they're very interesting. Let's get them out like this. Let's actually just take one out because I don't want darts everywhere. So what I believe is that these are a .357 or 9 millimeter arrow. So these are a thick wire, these arrows here. They feel hardened. I'm not sure if they are, but they're very interesting. They're extremely pointy, these needles, extremely pointy. So you can tell where we're probably going to go with this. Now, I think you will see some broadheads very soon as far as we're concerned. So we have two boxes of the darts. So we're going to get them off to the side. And we're going to see what we got here. So we have the Six Needler here. We're opening it up. Came very nicely packaged, by the way. So the darts that I guess were supposed to be here are over here. We have a little card. We have to see what the QR code is. We have our launcher. Obviously, it's actually, somebody said it's light. It's not that light. It's excellent quality. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And from what I read, here are some O-rings. I'm sure I have an idea what those are for, and I'm thinking they have to go with this. Now, it would be nice if they put some sort of instruction manual in here, and there is absolutely nothing, so I'm assuming that is what our QR code is for, I'm hoping. So we're going to get the box off to the side, and we're going to look at our Six Needler, because this, I believe, is the valve for here in countries where they don't have a restriction on a 7-joule launcher. So we can replace this valve, I believe, with the valve that is in here to give us more juice. Now, I don't know. Now, there's quite a bit of silicone oil in here, which is good. So it's been lubed up. So first off, looking at it, it's not the most comfortable hand grip. So this digs a little bit into your hand. Not that that's any bit of a deal breaker. It's still very cool. The quality is amazing. So this is all aluminum. Everything here is aluminum or metal. I'm assuming it's aluminum. We're going to check it with our magnet. Aluminum. It's all aluminum. It's all aluminum. Everything is, there must be some, here's some metal here on the release valve, but everything else is aluminum on it. All right. Putting a little magnet back there. All right. I'm noticing here, this must be a safety right here. Red is for fire. That would be safe. So that's kind of cool. And that's actually in a really, really good spot, because if you were coming up, you could pop it on safety or off of safety, and it doesn't get in the way when you're shooting. So that was really well thought out. Assuming that's it. So you just kind of got to be careful with this piece that it doesn't come out. That's interesting. So, all right. So this is your cylinder here that your darts are going to go into. Very, very nicely made. I mean, this is all aluminum. What kills me is this launcher is like $200 or under. And the quality of this aluminum. We have polymer plastic stuff from other companies that doesn't even compare to this for 4 times the price. It's ridiculous. 3 times the price. Very nice. Very, very nice. And I guess there's a single action. Ooh, and a double action. So double action. It's a very hard trigger pull on double action. Very hard trigger pull. It's a very nice single action. It's a little gritty, but nothing bad. It's definitely cool. I do like a long, heavy trigger pull, especially on a revolver. If you notice and you look down here, this is threaded. You know what that means. I already went on their site. They have a threaded suppressor and a tracer you can put on here. So it's already threaded here. I'm telling you, Jorg, he really, really thought this out beyond belief. This is unbelievable. So when the hammer falls, it's going to strike this piece here, and it's going to release your gas. Really a nice concept. All right, so let's see, how do we take this off? We know that it comes off, just pops off somehow. Well, first let's take this out. Or it doesn't. And that's why we put our CO2 in there. We've seen this done. I think we're gonna somehow have to come up with new grips. Definitely new grips for this. So there's a little track here, and I'm assuming these plastic pieces line up in those tracks over here and here. So your CO2 will go into the handle here, tighten, and then you're going to have to give a twist, kind of like some of the other launchers out there, like the FSC or whatever, to do. Now, where is that piece that they give? So this is going to be the interesting part. All right, so that stays there. That's on with this piece here, so we'll leave that here. This looks like a hammer spring right in here. You may be able to adjust that at some point. That looks like it might be an adjustable hammer spring. We're going to have to play around more with that. That's for sure. And we're going to have to go on and find out how we install our new piece. Well, I could see already it's going to go in like this, because this piece here matches that. So to put our, yes, and this is where your hammer piece goes in here, and it's going to sit like that. So I see exactly how that's going to work. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And that's going to release your air. All right, so this is something we're going to have to play with and take apart. Interesting. So guys, if you're not a firearm guy, it's going to be very, very hard for me to show you. But basically, this was designed the same as a real revolver, and I think that's awesome, because with these darts, it could be deadly. So there's a firing pin block in here, or a hammer drop safety. So this little piece right here, if you can see it, rises up and down when the hammer is pulled back. Now, it drops when the trigger is released. The hammer at the bottom rests on it. So if you were to drop this, it cannot go off. When you engage this, the metal piece here goes up over the CO2 piece that gets stricken. So when the hammer is released, it will hit that, pushing it in. A real revolver works the same way. They have a plate that goes up, and the hammer hits it, releases, and then it drops down so it's back into safety. So that's, guys, honestly, for a launcher this price, this was extremely well thought out, and the quality looks absolutely amazing. I'm honestly really super impressed right now just looking at this thing. It's not even a joke. Let's see how easy it is to get this handle back on here. All right, so that slides in the groove there. Well, get over there, you. And there it goes, right back in. Oh, almost, but not quite. Oh, there we go. Now it's in. Yeah, that's really, really nice. I'm super impressed. We're going to have to make a target for this because we don't want to be damaging or ruining all those nice darts that they have. But, you know, just me or somebody doing a review and not knowing a lot about like real firearms or something would do this no justice. This was thought out incredibly well. You know, it kind of has tones of a pepper box revolver. If you don't know what that is, go look it up. It also has some sort of Schoenfield type characteristics where it's a break open from the top. Excellent. And the fact that they put the hammer plate back here, the drop safety here, is magnificent. So, guys, they did a phenomenal job on this. It's unbelievable. It really is. So I'm really impressed with this, and it's not light. Somebody said it's light. It's as heavy as a real revolver. The only difference is it's more front heavy than rear heavy. So it's heavier up front than it is in the back. Maybe the CO2 cartridge will help it a little bit. But guys, I'm seeing some pretty fancy grips being made for this thing. I think there's a lot of potential for this. And also, too, there's a lot of ways you can anodize this. You can do the fact that it's aluminum, Cerakoting, you can do a lot of stuff with this. I'm really impressed by it. So if you're left-handed like me, you don't get the option to, if you're right-handed, you're good. You have a thumb here, but there's no thumb piece on this side. And there's no way to really switch that over. So if you're left-handed, you have to use your index finger to engage or disengage the break open barrel. It'd be nice if it was ambidextrous, but then again, I don't think they could because, you know, well, maybe they could have, but an ambidextrous piece would have been a little bit nicer to have over there. And that's the only other thing too. If you are left-handed, it won't interfere with you shooting, but your finger, you notice your finger is always resting on this little piece right here. So guys, this is my first impressions, and without shooting it, it's pretty cool. Let's hope it performs as good as it looks and as good as it's made, because it's wild and crazy. I love it. All right, guys, so we will talk to you soon on the next round and when we're shooting.